take all that caveman shit and just go smash some punching bag, and then come back to reality and be like really relaxed about it, but do it purposely. Like have some sort of intent behind it to eliminate the demons. And I figured out how to do that somewhere along the line.
Aging helps. Aging helps a lot.
But it's not just that. It's not aging as far as like decay. It's aging as far as information.
Right.
Like I was talking about, like if people figure out a way to make humans live to be like 90 years old,
take
would
an
it be
AK.
fucked up if you had sex with a 50-year-old?
Jump an
You'd be
AK.
like, you fucking asshole. She doesn't even know any better. She's only 50.
Oh, fuck's sake.
And she's basically a baby.
If you treat them like that until they're 50 and say you're not an adult, I know you're 12. You can have a baby right now. Nature said you are ready to actually procreate, but we've legislated that you can't be an adult till you're 18. So for the next 6 years, we're just going to treat you like a baby.
That's an unnecessary burden for the boy and the girl, and the lack of explaining.
You're telling them every feeling that you have naturally is wrong. We're not going to explain that to you because we want to give you a good childhood.
Right.
You shouldn't have to deal with all these adult. Well, that's what their fucking body's telling them. So you better be honest, or all of a sudden your kid's fucking a 38-year-old producer.
Well, it's also the problem with like looking at children as being different than a person. It's like, no, this is mine. I made them. You are not gonna like boys, Michael. You know, you're gonna like girls because you're a boy and you're gonna carry on the Harris name, okay? All right, Dad, I'm sorry.
If I could have a kid, I would have a kid just for the long-term practical joke of raising him gay.
You sound like a lesbian.
On YouTube. And say, I was just trying to. Who just had a kid? And I was trying to pitch him this.
In real life,
probably Brendan Walsh. Brendan Walsh.
Yeah.
Like, just go and just act like you're raising your kid gay. And you know, when you get older, two men meet each other, and just say this to a baby.
I think you could easily, and this is gonna sound fucked up, I think you can easily convince a young kid that like sex with males is normal if everyone's doing it.
No. The idea was you have to still sex shame the kid.
Oh,
it's
God.
only okay to be gay once you're married after you're 18, but you're gay. So the end
gay
game,
while you're married to a girl or a guy?
The end game is the kid has to eventually, when he's 18, come out as straight to his parents. And
oh, that's a problem if you have progressive parents. They're like, dude, we got super street cred for you being gay, you piece of shit. Do you think you could be straight but trans?
Oh, he has a kid.
Do you think you're willing to go there? Let them negotiate. They'll sit down at the table of progressive brownie points. We were really happy about you being gay, Michael, and you being straight is, frankly, it's a big bummer to our social system. It's like, they're gonna think, here's what the word is.
You're never gonna work at the law firm.
They're gonna think we shamed you out of being gay, and that's simply not the case.
We have it so easy, Joe, where we can sit here with white privilege that we have.
We're not like Sam Cedar.
Comedy privilege, which we have in droves, which is way more. That's way better diamond elite status than just white privilege. We have comedy privilege.
It's true.
Oh, they're just kidding. No, we're not. But it says comic. Okay, if you're going to get cunty about it, I was just kidding, and then it's all golden.
Well, you're clearly kidding because you're not saying it specifically in a form where you're trying to disseminate information. You're trying to be funny as well. So you'll say extreme things that don't necessarily represent your actual viewpoint just because you want it to be more hilarious.
If Sam Cedar were funny all the time, rather than that one tweet, he'd be fine. Sorry, Sam, write more.
Jesus. It's true.
But we have the luxury of having a social circle that is
don't throw the
very
smoke in there.
Like to the N-word degree, tolerant in a green room.
Wait a minute, you can't say nigger word degree.
He's low, he's low.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Such HP.
That doesn't even make sense. That was like a gratuitous use of the N-word.
No, I was saying that in a green room when it's just comics,
don't be
nigger, retard, cunt, dyke, fucking everything flies.
Yes, and when it doesn't, you get super upset. Like if someone says, she's a cunt, and someone goes, hey man, you really shouldn't fucking
No, I'm
talk
saying
about
when
women like
you
that.
say you're a cunt.
Right.
To a feminist comedian in the confines of the green room, everyone's clear. most agreeing ones I've been part of.
Nobody has a problem with you calling a man a cunt. Nobody.
Not in the UK.
But I mean, even in America, if the guy really is a cunt, right? Like,
sorry, you looked immediately at Hennigan when you said that.
No, I'm just, he's looking at me, he's nodding, and I'm just trying to bring him into the conversation. Like, if you were...
You mean pull him out of his fucking laptop?
No, a little bit. But, you know, we're all talking, we're friends. Like, I thought Hussein was a cunt. I heard his kid were cunts. His kids? I heard they were cunts. Those sons? Nobody cares. You could say that.
The two. I don't know if he might have had other sons. I don't know if they're cunts. But there were two cunts.
Uday was one of them.
And Kusei. Cunts.
Yeah. They apparently, like, would find people when they were getting married. They would take the bride, rape her, and then they would feed her to dogs.
Wow. That's a little Caligula.
They were off the top, too. Over the top. Whoa. Yeah. I read that, and I had to stop reading. I was like, okay, I can't go on with this.
It's another thing about aging. Not giving a fuck, but also giving more of a fuck.
Yeah.
When we were kids, age, we would watch all that Faces of Death shit and couldn't get enough of it. Now, I don't want to. No, I can't watch that shit.
Did you try that, Steve?
Good job.
No, I won't
Give
do
it
it.
to me now. I'll try it.
Of course you will.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, he cracked it. He's never going to drink it.
Never gonna drink it.
Oh, it's so good. It makes my dick hard.
Bingo's all sugar-free, and she used to, like, get a Diet Coke. We're going through a drive-thru Diet Coke. And they press the little thing on the top of to show you which one's diet and which one's regular.
Right.
Check this to make sure, because she knows how much I hate artificial sweeteners. I don't want to know, because I don't drink that for the aftertaste.
They're
never
really
leaves
good
your fucking
from
mouth.
shop.
Stevia is no different. Splenda. What's the sucralose? It's awful. I have sugar, so try this for me.
If you're a thirsty diabetic and you pull up to the Wendy's drive-thru at 1:45 a.m., what percentage of the time do you get a giant vat of sugar? If you're like, I just want extra large Diet Coke, that's it. Okay.
Don't.
At least 1 out of 100, you're getting a vat of sugar water, right? At least 1 out of 100.
I mean, I'm assuming it's kind of like in hard restaurants, they don't do anything other than decaf after 8 o'clock.
I think the dude who's monitoring that thing is going to slip on a puddle of his own drool and slam his head into the regular Coke, and it's going to fill your shit up with something that's going to give you a seizure. That's what I think. I'm going to fill that fucking thing up to the top. Very little ice. He doesn't want to be cheap.
Oh, this is where I was going. I fucking had a thing I was going to.
Oh.
This is about...
Hennigan?
Yeah, last year.
Uh-huh.
A year ago, a little bit over a year ago, End of the World podcast.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if I've seen you once since then.
I think we saw each other once. I think you came to the store once.
You've been back on here, I think. Haven't you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Either way, End of the World podcast. I was not in a good place, to say the least.
Yeah, but I will tell you one thing that I said to all my friends. I said I admire the fact that you pushed through it, and even though you were like a little bit like flustered, you were still gregarious.
I can't watch the video.
I'm sure you were in a weird place. Tell everybody why. And
My gal Bingo had just gone into possibly terminal. She had a seizure, fell down, smashed her head on the cement. Life flight in a coma. She might not make it. If she does make it, it might be worse than not making it at all.
Oh, nice.
And I said,
I didn't know how to handle that.
fuck, I didn't know either.
I didn't know how to deal with it.
But I made the decision, since it happened during her 40th birthday party. So all of her friends and family were at the house in Bisbee. It happened, so she's surrounded by all these people who took a week off to be there for a 5-day party. They're there. I can't help her. She's in a coma. Me standing with the family, staring at a half corpse is not going to help. Bucket, I'm going to do this thing. This is a big deal. And it was a huge, like, that was
goddamn epic, Douglas.
fucking amazing.
We were there when Donald Trump was elected president, and Bill Burr might have had the greatest podcast appearance of all time. You know what it was like? It was like one of them Michael Jordan things that you would watch when you were a kid. And you're like, what the fuck?
It's how his whole heckler YouTube thing in Philly.
Yeah, that's him.
And now he one-upped it by doing the End of the World podcast.
He was on fire. He was on fire. I mean, he was on fire with the point where everybody stepped back, except what was the gal that had a different?
Well, this is where we're going.
Sarah
I don't know
That was
her.
all because of Brian Hennigan.
Exactly.